Welcome! Today, we explore the epic saga of Rome, from its legendary beginnings, through its monumental rise to its dramatic fall, whose legacy still echoes in our world. The story of Rome begins with Romulus and Remus, the twin brothers who, according to legend, were the descendants of Trojan warriors led by Aeneas. Romulus and Remus, abandoned as infants, were famously rescued and nurtured by a she-wolf. This mythological beginning set the stage for Rome's identity as a city of destiny and resilience. Situated on the fertile plains along the Tiber River, Rome's early growth benefited from its location as a crossroads of trade and culture. The Etruscans to the north provided architectural and governmental influences, including the arch, sewage systems, and togas. Meanwhile, Greek colonies to the south infused Rome with aspects of philosophy, art, and religiosity. Rome's transition from kingdom to republic in 509 BC was catalyzed by the ousting of its last king, Tarquin the Proud, following political strife. The emerging republic aimed to avoid tyranny by distributing power among elected officials. Central to this structure were two consuls, chosen annually from the patrician class, whose authority was balanced by the Roman Senate, comprising Rome's aristocratic families. The plebeians, initially sidelined, engaged in a prolonged struggle known as the Conflict of the Orders to achieve political rights, resulting in the creation of the Tribune of the Plebs, which allowed them legislative oversight and veto power. Through military might and strategic alliances, Rome began an era of territorial expansion, initially focusing on securing dominance over the Italian peninsula. The conquest of the Etruscans, Latin neighbors, and Samnite tribes were crucial in consolidating Roman control. The establishment of colonies in conquered lands allowed for Romanization, spreading Roman culture, language, and governance, integrating diverse peoples into its societal framework. In parallel with these expansions, Rome revolutionized its military organization. The development of the manipular legion allowed for more tactical flexibility than the rigid Greek phalanx, ensuring a Roman edge in numerous battles and enabling further conquests. Rome's path to Mediterranean dominance was marked by its epic conflicts with Carthage in the Punic Wars. Carthage, a wealthy maritime power based in modern-day Tunisia, controlled vast territories and had a formidable navy. The contest between these superpowers played out over three significant wars. The First Punic War, 264 to 241 BC, primarily a naval conflict, saw Rome innovatively reverse-engineer a captured Carthaginian ship, resulting in a Roman fleet capable of challenging Carthaginian dominance at sea. The war ended with Rome's control over Sicily, marking its first overseas province. The Second Punic War, 218 to 201 BC, is famous for Hannibal's daring invasion, including his legendary crossing of the Alps with war elephants. Despite initial victories on Italian soil, Rome's resilience, exemplified by generals like Scipio Africanus, allowed it to turn the tide, culminating in Hannibal's defeat at Zama. The Third Punic War, 149 to 146 BC, resulted in the complete destruction of Carthage, with Roman forces decimating the city and enslaving its populace. This victory secured Roman hegemony over the western Mediterranean basin and paved the way for further conquests. Rome capitalized on the political fragmentation in the east, exploiting the weakened Macedonian and Seleucid kingdoms. Military engagements such as the Macedonian Wars brought Greece under Roman influence and annexed provinces like Macedonia and Achaia, while military campaigns in Asia Minor extended Roman control further east. These conquests ushered in a significant cultural exchange, with Greek art, literature, and philosophy permeating Roman society. Prominent Roman figures such as Virgil and Horace drew inspiration from Greek classics, integrating Hellenistic ideas into Roman culture. Rome's expansion exacerbated social disparities. Wealth concentrated in the hands of a few as patricians acquired vast lands, utilizing slave labor, which marginalized many Roman citizens and led to urban overcrowding. The Gracchi brothers attempted reforms by redistributing land to displaced farmers and subsidizing grain. Although their efforts ended in violence, they highlighted the Republic's internal weaknesses and set the stage for future leaders to capitalize on populist sentiments. The Social War, 91 to 88 BC, showcased these internal pressures as Rome's Italian allies demanded Roman citizenship and rights. Though it resulted in a costly conflict, the eventual granting of citizenship to Allied forces strengthened Rome internally and prevented further unrest. Julius Caesar's rise to power followed his conquests in Gaul between 58 and 50 BC, where he expanded Roman territory and gained immense personal power. His crossing of the Rubicon River in 49 BC, a direct challenge to the Senate, sparked a civil war against Pompey and senatorial forces. Caesar's victory in this conflict marked his dominance, but his subsequent assumption of dictatorial power alarmed traditionalists fearing monarchical rule. His assassination on the Ides of March, 44 BC, was both a political shock and a catalyst for further power struggles. The power vacuum left by Caesar's death led to further civil war, ending with Octavian's victory over Mark Antony and Cleopatra at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. As Augustus, he ushered in the Principate, a system that maintained republican semblances but centralized power in the emperor's hands. Augustus's rule initiated the Pax Romana, a 200-year period of stability across the empire, marked by economic prosperity, cultural achievements, and extensive building projects. His policies favored stability and consolidation over expansion, embedding the imperial system Augustus founded. Under Augustus and his successors, Roman society saw a golden age of cultural expression. Monumental structures such as the Forum of Augustus and the Era Pacis symbolized imperial grandeur, while the literary works of Ovid, Livy, and others set standards for historical and poetic excellence. Roman engineering and architectural innovations flourished during this time, with aqueducts providing fresh water to cities, roads facilitating trade and military movements, and public baths and amphitheaters enhancing urban life. These advancements were integral in maintaining the social fabric of an ever-expanding Rome. From 235 to 284 AD, the Roman Empire staggered through a period of severe instability known as the Crisis of the 3rd Century. This era saw frequent changes in leadership, with over 20 emperors in quick succession, driven by military coup and assassination. The empire faced pressures on many fronts, from Germanic tribes in the north to Persian forces in the east. Economic difficulties compounded these military challenges, with rampant inflation and a reliance on a money-based economy weakening the fiscal stability. The devaluation of Roman currency led to widespread financial turmoil and diminished trade. Emperor Diocletian, 284 to 305 AD, attempted to restore stability through significant reforms, introducing the Tetrarchy, a system of rule by 4 emperors, intended to provide more effective government across the vast empire. This division into East and West, each with an Augustus and a Caesar, was designed to manage administrative duties more effectively and quell insurrections. Diocletian's economic reforms included the edict on maximum prices to curb inflation, though its rigid enforcement led to mixed results. He also restructured the military and administrative system, ensuring more secure borders and streamlined governance. As Rome's official state religion during Constantine the Great's reign, 306 to 337 AD, Christianity played a complex role in the empire's trajectory. While offering a unifying set of beliefs, it also shifted the empire's cultural and moral foundation. The Edict of Milan in 313 AD guaranteed religious tolerance for Christians and allowed the faith to flourish further within the empire. Some historians posit that Christianity's emphasis on spiritual life over civic duty contributed to Rome's decline, as traditional patriotic values faded. Over time, Rome's weakened state, ravaged by internal division and economic decline, became increasingly vulnerable to barbarian invasions. The infamous sack of Rome in 410 AD by Alaric and the Visigoths shocked the world. For decades, Rome was unable to repel invasions by Vandals, Huns, and Ostrogoths, each incursion chipping away at the empire's territories and resources. By 476 AD, the deposition of the Western Roman Emperor Romulus Augustulus by the Germanic king Odoacer effectively marked the end of the Western Roman Empire, leaving the Eastern Roman Empire, or Byzantine Empire, to continue carrying the Roman legacy. Enjoyed our journey through Rome's history? Discover more about ancient Greece or the art of the modern era in our other videos. Thank you for watching.